Let's go. Subscribe to the SEO Video Show.
Hey, welcome to another episode of the SEO Video Show, where SEO is alive and fun. My name is Paul Andre Devera, aka Dre, and I curate SEO videos released within the past week into about 1-minute clips. My favorite part of the show is when I get to introduce my guests, and today we have the legendary Peter Drew.
For over 30 years, Peter has been redefining the SEO industry. Starting in 1995, he recognized the power of search engines early, crafting innovative strategies that kept him ahead of Google every algorithm change. Known as the king of reverse engineering SEO, Peter's tools like brute force SEO and Evo 4 have been powered over 10,000 SEO agencies worldwide. With relentless focus and innovation and automation, Peter continues to shape the future of SEO. Please welcome Peter Drew.
Peter, my man, welcome to the show.
How you going, Paul? That was a very nice intro. I saw you picked up a lot of my AI graphics there in the intro.
Love it.
King of SEO.
Yeah, love it. Everyone, let's give a round of applause. All right, Peter. I'm going to get right into it. This is the first question I ask all my SEO professionals that come on here. In 1 minute or less, how does Peter get ranking on page 1 of Google?
How does Peter get ranked on page 1 of Google? The easiest way to get ranked on page 1 of Google is to provide it what it wants. And usually that's providing Google entities itself to rank in Google. Like Google sites are the #1 pick particularly for newbies to get into SEO, because they build the sites that qualify for their own algorithm. Simple as that.
Love it. First knowledge bomb of today. Hold on. Let me rewind this real quick. Take us way back, 30 years ago. How'd you first get into SEO?
Mate, I started in 1995. So, I just posted that on social media the other day, and then to me, people reading this post were probably born after that date, and a lot of people replied. And I was a family therapist for 8 years at that point in time, and I got booked. And then I saw a little advert in the local newspaper that said, there are 50 million people online. By the year 2000, there will be 1 billion. And it was an ebook or something like that. So just that 50 million to 1 billion, I thought, okay, I'm going to do this. There's so much opportunity there. And so I had to talk to my wife, and I said, I want to sit down and do this for a year. You work, you cover my, and then after 12 months, we'll see if we can do it or not. And she within 6 months, she stopped working, and she hasn't worked since. So that's what got me into SEO. Yeah.
Love that. Okay. So I wanted to figure out, back then, how'd you actually learn it then?
So it was easy, because you had probably 10 different search engines, and they each had a submit. So, and there was one forum, and it was gfy.com. And so there was one community. Yeah. So I went to that community and I learned from there. But with the submit site button, it's just A/B split testing. You build a site from what you've learned, you submit it. Does it rank? No. Okay, try something else. Try plan B. Submit site. Does it rank? No, it doesn't work. So then you go to C. This one works. It works. And then and so it was really easy with that submit site button, submit URL button. So my first automated tool or script that I created was you put your URL in the software, and it submits it to 8 different engines at the same time. So that was really cool. That was my first automated script.
Now that you remind me that GFY, because that was old school, and I think that's exactly where I actually found you. And I also do remember a tool like submitting, and that could have been probably where I got it in first interview. Now I remember. I love that. Okay, and so I want to go into why SEO? Why not PPC or paid search or going to, I know social, or social media wasn't out by then, but why go into SEO instead of PPC? that time?
Well, I'm old school, and SEO is before PPC even arrived.
Okay.
This is before Google. So
Oh, yes,
PPC arrived after Google had been established for a period of time. So I just love, like back then, the ethos of the internet was internet is free and we're not paying for anything. That was the mindset back then. And so once we discovered how to get free traffic from search engines, it's never wavered. It's still the same today.
Love that. So I mean, speaking of GFY, I mean that was kind of like an adult forum place. Were you like doing a lot of adult content back then?
Well, look, it's interesting. Back then, there was what people need to understand. Back in the late 90s, people were the world was terrified to put their credit card on the internet because in their mindset they thought anyone who was trying to get your credit card details is going to scam you. So it was very, very difficult to make online sales. There was no e-commerce, so there was two products. Corn. Yeah. So I went after the personals market, and people would depart with their credit card details for large corporations like Friend Finder Inc.
Yeah.
So I promoted Friend Finder Inc. and made a lot of money. I sent them millions and millions of new clients. And from that, I got my first massive lesson.
What was that?
In 1998, they sold Friend Finder Inc. to Murdoch for $978 million, the whole corporation. And I literally just sent them millions of customers. I helped build their business. And what did I get out of it? Nothing. And that's when I learned I've got to have other people around the world doing what I've just done for 2 years for this company to make me the money. So that's when I started developing. That's where I got my full understanding of building my own products,
Ooh, I love that idea right there, guys. Okay. So I wanted to go into besides that, I mean, besides like the forums, was there anyone in particular you were like following, or with kind of like doing like some of the reading any books or anything like that, or was it just like you just
not really? No, it wasn't. It wasn't that difficult for me.
Okay.
I was very lucky to develop relationships. One particular relationship with a high-level coder, and so it was just my mind coming up with strategies, and his mind turning those strategies into an automation tool. And so with automation, it gave us so much leverage over everyone else. And also with automation, you can test better. Yeah. You can come up with a strategy and then blast it out. If it works, you know straight away. If it doesn't work, you know straight away. So you can update your strategies to suit because you've got the power of scale.
Yes. Okay, speaking of scale, I mean, I want to get right into today's topic and how go into the case study of like how one of your customers became an SEO millionaire by using your software. But I mean, you are like in the forefront of SEO innovation. So for the past decade, so how do you see like the role of SEO like evolving with the rise of AI now, AI search engines? I'm curious about that.
So there's a massive online debate right now. Is Google going to die? Or is AI search going to take over? And people are getting tribal about it. Like in these threads I see online, you know, it's either Google's never going to go away or AI is going to take over. And I've got some data here. Can I share my screen and show you some data on Google?
Yeah, you can share it.
Okay.
There should be a share button there, and I can cut to your screen. Let me see here. What is this here?
One sec, sorry.
Okay. Can you zoom in a little bit? There we go. All right.
Whoa.
All right.
Okay.
Yeah.
So this is where Google has infiltrated. Google paid approximately $20 billion in 2022 to maintain its status as the default engine in all Apple devices. Web browsers, Google agreements to set Google as default search engine, encouraging prominence. So they're paying for operating systems, web browsers, device manufacturers, Samsung, LG, Motorola, all being paid to have Google as default. Wireless carriages, search like Alexa,
Oh yeah.
Sorry, Amazon, Roku, Vodafone, Orange. So the point there is that it's going to be very difficult for Google to go away in the near to midterm because they're paying so much money to these companies to present their search in front of your face.
Yeah.
So the next point, one sec. But then again, on the other hand, with Google, the results are dominated by ads pushing. So now we're talking about the aesthetic of Google.
Uh-huh.
Google search results are dominated by ads pushing organic content lower and lower. So this is the opposite. SEO optimized content often results in repetitive, low quality or irrelevant results. So that that's saying the results people get from Google, the quality is getting lower. Users are directed to multiple links compared to AI. Knowledge panels sometimes provide outdated, incorrect, and overly simplistic information. Allegations of bias in rankings. So that's a thing. People are worried about the bias presented by Google, the company itself. Cluttered pages, data collection practices, platforms like. So that goes in the other direction. And then we've got AI search.
Yeah.
And what other people don't really talk about in terms of Google is the demographics.
Oh, okay. Let's go.
The younger people are not using Google. Like younger people, the 13 to 25s, prefer using platforms like TikTok and Instagram, the search functions on those to find what they're looking for. And that's right now. So as that demographic gets older, Google's just irrelevant. It's like TV for AI and Google. It's social media versus Google. And then you've got AI on top of that. And the social platforms are going to rely more on AI as well. And with AI, it produces cleaner, faster, less cluttered results. So that kind of gives you both sides of the argument. Where I'm at personally is at this point in time now, for the next 12 months, the idea is to focus on creating content that gets into both engines. And that's Google and all the AIs at the same time. So you're covering both bases. That's like the ultimate contingency plan for no matter what side of the fence you're on. If you believe Google's going to be around forever, how's it going to hurt to get your content in the AIs at the same time? And if you believe Google's going away, AI is the future, you can use our strategies to get into AI and still enjoy the benefits of the free traffic from Google.
Oh,
there you go. Sorry.
There we go. Love it.
That was me.
Welcome,
Sorry, I was going to you.
Welcome back. Okay, so so what how can we what are the key differences that we should be optimizing between when it comes to Google search and AI search engines?
So primarily this new strategy that I'll be releasing new software in about a month, and of all the testing we've done has been amazing. And what I'm doing is using typical SEO techniques, but the content I'm creating is created specifically to talk to the AIs that read it. And it does a really good job. We're getting, you need to understand with AIs where they source their content from. So we post content to those locations, but the content that we provide them is, first of all, is voluminous. There is a lot of it. And it's created in a specific way for the AIs to read it and give it preference over other content. And that's my proprietary information that I can't share. And it's difficult to release that publicly and have people have access to it without knowing what I'm doing, because I don't want to give the game away. But it does. Our software each run will produce 6 1,200 to 1,500 word articles, and they're all different types of article content, but the AIs read it and think this is the most important content that's on the internet. So I better present that to our wonderful users, and it does. It's awesome.
Love that. Okay, let's get into the strategy. Let's talk about branding and content creation. Okay, since we're talking about like creating content here, I mean, branding is also one of your core elements, right, in your strategy. Why is this important to weave in branding and SEO, and how like can businesses like start doing this effectively?
Well, we really found out for sure about the importance of branding when the Google leaked docs occurred. Remember that 6 to 12 months ago, when someone leaked the actual algorithm, Google's algorithm. That was an amazing time. So immediately I researched everything I could about that, found the documents, found every article written about it, and then trained an AI on all that information. So then I could have a conversation with the actual Google Docs to talk about brands and more specifically entities as well. And so I've released that GPT for free. Anyone who's for free can go to just search OpenAI GPTs for the leaked SE docs, and I can leave a link for that for you, and you can have a conversation with this AI that's trained on purely nothing but the leaked Google documents and every article written about it, and it will tell you, if you just ask it what's important to brand, it will tell you exactly why and why you need to incorporate it. But also we were doing massive research on entities, and entities are equally as important as brand. Probably below brand, but equally as important, really. So, and that's once I built that GPT on the leaked Google documents, then I'll build a new software that uses the API connected to that GPT to create content to place on Google sites. And that is amazing software called Entity Ranker.
Oh, I did see that
so,
one.
Yeah, so you tell that software all about your company and your brand, and then it uses the API from that leaked docs to produce the content that Google loves, and then post it on Google sites, 100% automated, and you can just use that over and over. And I think you've seen Mark Morpin's case study. That's exactly what he uses. Yeah.
So yeah, speaking of Mark's case study, I mean, he was involved in like creating thousands of branded sites. I mean, is that
yes.
Like, I mean, it's like how can the audience create like structured content to boost brand recognition and rankings? Like, what's happening? What's the content like are happening? Is that what it is? Is that exactly what it's doing?
Well, that's exactly what it's doing. You just supply the information about your business about the business or the brand you're promoting, and then the software takes care of the rest. It produces the perfect content to suit the Google algorithm leaked docs. Or the leaked docs tells it what sort of content to create based on the content you provide it, and then it creates article content, and it does one project will create the Google site around that brand, and then create 8 internal pages, each page with unique content pushing that brand in Google's eye.
And he was creating thousands of those, like pretty much like thousands of those.
He has got literally a pool of over 100,000 pages indexed.
Wow.
100,000 Google Docs.
And obviously, guys, I mean, you can do this manually, but if you want to hit 100,000, you can set this. So, like, if someone wanted to do it manually, I'm curious. Like, and you talk about consistency, right? Like consistent content, content creation. So I'm like, if someone wants to like create consistent content on both Google and AI platforms, like, how can they do that, like manually? If they want to do that manually.
Well, the beauty is Google sites are free and they're very user friendly. So you would design a new Google site around your brand and the main keywords that you want to rank for in that niche. And then typically you would use an AI to create the content based off the business, the brand, why it's amazing, why people need it, blah, blah, blah. And then copy and paste that, then create individual pages to post the content to, then create another page. But then you also want to put relevant YouTube videos on that page because Google loves them. If you've got Google Business Profile, you would embed that in the page as well. You'll put image content so you get the opportunity to put more content in the alt tags. This is what our software does, 100% automated, but you can do it all by hand. And this is what a lot of people do. A lot of people pay VAs to do the grunt work for them to do that. But it takes a lot of time. A lot of time, yeah.
right. Okay. Let's go into another part of your strategy on like link building and like local listings. This is another part of your strategy here, right? It's like one standout feature of your strategy is generating like hundreds of thousands of DR95 links. I mean, how is that happening? Or like, where are these links coming from? And like, how can people do it if they want to do it on their own? They can, but I mean, I don't think they can do 100,000.
Well, that's one of the other beauties of Google sites is that it's sitting on google.com, so it's the highest ranked trusted platform on the internet. So all that trust and DR is passed from the Google sites via links to your money site. So with the Google sites, two things happen. One is when you're targeting keyword phrases about your niche or brand, you will get they will rank well and of themselves on the first page of Google. But they are providing links to your money site, and then over time, as those links accumulate, your money site comes up and starts coming above the Google sites. And then once it's there for good. So you are sending links from very powerful Google sites, which is a Google entity, and their DR 96 or what have you. And over time, they build up. And as a part of your linking strategy, you use all the correct terms, all the different related terms as anchor text to your money site. So your money site starts to rank for a myriad of different terms in the search engines.
Okay, let's talk specifically about like local. Like, I mean, what actions can businesses do today to like optimize their Google business profiles? But with this type of.
So with Google business profiles in particular, you mean?
Yeah. Instead of money sites, how can we do like Google business profiles?
Well, the Google business profiles are the easiest thing for us to rank because I've built two different softwares, one called GBP Dominator, another one called the Ultimate Maps Blaster, and they leverage Google Maps entities, which are also high DR. My GBP Dominator is probably my most successful software in the last 5 years. And so it's the same, it's an automated software where you put all the information, you just follow the steps in the software. It tells you what information we need to rank your Google business profile. And it creates maps and driving directions to your Google business listing. And the beauty of this strategy is you just follow the questions. You supply the information that it requests. Then run the software, and the beauty is it's 100% external. It doesn't actually touch your site, so there's no way that you can get any penalties whatsoever, because we all know how fragile Google business profiles are. People lose them all the time. Because all of ours is coming externally, pointing at it, there's no way anyone can get any form of penalty using our software to rank these things. That's why people love it so much. It just works, and it works very fast.
I'm curious. Can you talk about some features of why it's working? Like what part of what inside GBP Dominator is like that's like the keys to like making like this work, and why like what are some like the features that are like actual like if someone wants to do it on their own, they can.
Yeah.
I mean, so what are some of the things that it's doing externally?
Well, I'd probably go to the sales page because I describe how to do it all there on the sales page. And I literally designed it close to 5 years ago now, and I've forgotten half of what it does. but we keep updating it, and it's working better now. We've actually added AI to it as well, so it creates better content in the last 6 months. Yeah.
Okay. Let's go into like G sites now, because you're talking about Google sites are the biggest properties. And it's kind of like it plays a really, really big role in your strategy. I mean, like again, for those that don't know, like why are they so effective? Like why are G sites so effective?
Okay, well, if we're talking about SEO and you've got newbies on this audience, 80%, 85% of all SEO is page title. Is by far the most important part of any SEO. Getting your page title correct, having a fast loading website, having a website that is, as Google refers to as accessible. If you have, first of all, Google will only bump up sites that it thinks are good quality. So the site has to be good quality, has to load fast, and minimum SEO, just the title is 80%. And then the beauty of Google Sites is it does that out of the box for you. So you can know absolutely nothing. As long as you know how to create a title, the rest of it is covered for you by Google, for Google. So as long as you can learn how to come up with the correct titles, and even if you don't know, because they're free, you can experiment with so many different variations to figure out what it is that works. And Google Sites are free. That's the main thing. And they load fast. The Googlebot loves them. So
great. Fast loading times are important for
sorry.
user experience.
Sorry.
Is that Google
Sorry, I
talking to you?
put my phone on mute. Jeez, my phone is already on mute, and that's Google talking to me. You can't get away from it, man.
That's a trip. Okay. All right, guys.
Yeah.
All right. So Google Sites, really easy to use, really easy to create. Again, if you want to do it at scale, you can always use some software to help you do that. But if you want to go ahead and test it and play with it on your own, do that right now. But I'm curious now, like, okay, where do Google Sites play in AI search? I'm curious, like how, like, what, ChatGPT, ChatGPT search and
Gemini. Or Gemini.
Yeah. How is
Well, Google Sites are like a backdoor into Gemini 1.5 and 2. I've tested this and it works. I've been doing tons of experiments with getting a new brand into all the AIs, and Google Sites was the backdoor into Gemini for sure. Sorry, what was the question? Yeah, good. I'm curious,
like, it's backdoor into Gemini, but how about like for like other AI search engines? Have you been seeing it with any tests, like it being some of these G sites pulling in?
Well, when you're talking about AI, there's two types of data. There's historical data, which has been on the web forever, and there's user-generated then there's live user-generated content. So Meta, which is Copilot, that owns Tumblr. Tumblr is its user-generated content engine, so you've got to get content into Tumblr if you want to get it into Copilot. Reddit is the backdoor, another backdoor. Reddit is the user-generated content engine for Google. Google pays Reddit, I think it's only $60 million a year for access to that data. The best example, of course, is Grok, which is x.com, Twitter. Grok is the best AI for sure for real-time queries, like who won the Knicks game or any live data. It provides it to you in real time because it's got X as the user-generated platform in real time, which the AI is connected to. So when you're talking about AI, you're talking about user-generated content, and you've got historical content, and now you've got AIs that exist now, but then also you've got AIs that will be built into the future. So if you are planting historical data now, other models will be trained on the data that you provide the historical data right now. So this is what we're working on at the moment.
Got it.
Tying all these three together.
Love that, guys. If you have any questions in the live audience, please ask them while I go through some more questions. But let's see. Like, we have James Slattery in the house. James says, "Who's this guy?" LOL. James is someone.
G'day, James.
So yeah,
good to see you, mate.
James is. I see him always posting or like talking about your software as well on Facebook. So he's a great guy.
Yeah.
So we have we have Lambo's in the house. Keith Evans, welcome, Keith. All right, so let's go. Let's get into back into some more practical advice for some of the people out there, right? Let's say, like, if someone had limited resources, I mean, what action or feature that that we should do, or quick wins when it comes to, like, Google and AI search?
Well, the easiest way is Blogger, which is owned by Google, blogger.com, creating blogs and creating Google sites, because you can sit down and experiment with them right now and start learning how to rank and just go wide with different options and see, basically, what we say, throw all the S at the wall and see what sticks. That's been my strategy from the get-go. Throw everything out there, find out what works, and then repeat what works. And then automated tools make that happen faster because you can go wide really quick. But that's what we do. Honestly, for people getting started, ranking Google's entities, being Google Sites and Blogger blogs, is the easiest way to get your foot in the door and start seeing actual results. And when you see actual results, it's so motivating. You know, like if I can do this, then what else can I do?
Yeah. Love that. So you're speaking of Blogger blogs. You haven't mentioned that yet, just until now. So I mean, when it comes to Google Sites, are you also building Blogger blogs as part of this, part of the strategy?
I've got a new software coming out, and we're relying on Blogger blogs exclusively.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh.
Not exclusively, with other content, but Blogger blogs give us more flexibility in terms of what we can do. Google Sites, we can only post to them. With Blogger blogs, we can edit the background of the content, so to speak. We get more into the HTML and what have you.
All right, guys. So let's, if you have any questions, go ahead and ask in the live chat. So I want to talk more about your software now. So now we have all the strategy in place. We know what, if someone wants to do it on their own, they can. But it's just like, we're talking about like hundreds of thousands of websites being created by Mark. And like, this is what he's done to become that SEO millionaire. If you want to follow the steps here, it's like, I'm curious, like, so when it comes to it, let's talk about the different ones that you have going. You have Entity Ranker, that's one, right? So what
yes.
what's it do? What does Entity Ranker do in general?
Entity Ranker is that originally started 6 years ago from a software called G-Site Builder, where we automated the production of building Google sites, which was phenomenally successful. But then when the leaked Google Docs were leaked, and I built the AI around that, I thought we got the massive upgrade happening here. So that's when I threw out Google Site software and rebuilt it from the ground up, but still using Google Sites, but using data trained on the leaked Google Docs. So, and then we learned a few more things. So the content it's producing on Google Sites is amazing, and they look spectacular. Like they convert so much better than the old Google Sites in terms of getting people to call businesses or what have you. They're very professional sites that are built.
Love that. And the next one, of course, the big mothership that you talk about right now, the best one is the GBP Dominator. Like what is that? Like, what is that doing again? Like, what is it building again?
GBP Dominator relies on creating maps in Google that promote your existing Google business profile. And it does it in such a way that it sends tons of high DR links or high authority links from Google itself, which Google loves, obviously. And within a week, we get, just using the software, three times in the first week, we see massive bumps in terms of rising of Google business profiles coming up the list. And if I just say to people 3 times a week, just keep it consistent and you will eventually get to that number one spot. And it's been proven thousands of times by thousands of customers pretty much.
All right. Okay, let's see. What about RSI? That's another one I saw on there. What's RSI?
RSI, that is a platform that goes to 2 other platforms, so we can get high DR links from other platforms, which is Blogger and Tumblr. So we post our content to Tumblr and Blogger, and that gives you, that really helps your money site getting these additional powerful links from other related entities. And of course, it's posting content relevant to your business. RSI. So you have to have that in your toolkit, because if you're going in competitive niches, you need those links from other entities as well.
Oh, so okay. So that's kind of like a backlink or external thing that you're building back to your Google sites. Is that something that, so it's kind of a...
Well, you can send links to Google Sites also, but generally the links go to your money sites. Yeah.
Got it. Love that. Okay, so how about there's the EV4? Is that
Evo 4?
Evo 4, yeah.
Yep.
So what's that about?
Evo 4 is our latest evolution of our original brute force SEO software that we initially launched in 2008, which was one of the best-selling SEO softwares in history. It was probably the second highest ever sold. And Evo 4, then that brute force SEO went to become Evo, then Evo 1, 2, and 3. And Evo 4 is our first cloud-based platform. So people don't need to download software, because we kind of kicked out our Apple market because all of our software is written for PCs. So we went to a cloud-based system and running robots in the background. And that is an automated site builder that builds SEO optimized sites on high DR bucket sites. And so each run creates brand new sites built on the content around your business that all link back to your money site. And we're having extraordinary success with that. I just had someone purchase a lifetime license this morning before we started. That was awesome.
Nice.
So Evo 4 is absolutely crushing it.
Got it. Okay, so when it comes to, did I get them all? Or is there also, there's like a Maps Blaster? I think there's a Maps Blaster, right? That's another one?
There's the Ultimate Maps Blaster as well. Yep. And so what I did, because Mark sent me this video out of the blue, I said to Mark, hey, mate, can I use this? And he goes, yeah, of course. That's why I made it. So there was a Black Friday thing happening. Mark sent me this video. So I built a Black Friday special to celebrate the success that Mark is having and reveal that to everyone else. And so I built a page on Entity Ranker called entityranker.com Mark's Blueprint. And I created a Black Friday special celebrating Mark's video, and I put all of my products on that page. And so I've extended that offer for the people watching your show so they can also get access to the Black Friday massive discount coupon codes that are on that page.
Love that, especially speaking of for the audience, like, so where can people get a hold of the software, like if they wanted to check it out?
It's entityranker.com/Mark's Blueprint.
All right, let me put that in the live chat for you guys just so you can check it out. And you said this is like that's the biggest discount that you've offered ever
in my entire life, yeah, because I've already dramatically reduced my offered really massive discounts on my software, but this Black Friday I went bigger and put them all in one location, and that was meant to close the other day, but I've extended it for another week just for you guys.
I love that. Love it. Thank you so much, Peter. So, okay, I see there's like 5 different pieces of software here. If I want to, if I was a local SEO expert and want to get ranking in the local SEO, which one should I grab first? If I wanted to.
It depends if it's a website you want to promote or a business profile, a Google business profile.
Business profile.
With a Google business profile, 100% Ultimate Maps Blaster. It's the cheapest. You will get results from that for sure. And then once you see you're getting results from my software, then you can upgrade to the GBP Dominator and you get faster. You'll get results in more competitive niches for sure.
Oh yeah, love that, love it. Thank you so much. That's so awesome. So Maps Blaster, okay. One more time. So like for those for Maps Blaster, what does that Map Blaster do again? Because I know GBP, there's so much into GBP, but it's what does Map Blaster do?
Maps Blaster creates individual Google Maps based on the keyword phrases that are related to your business, with links back to your Google business profile. And it's content rich, relevant YouTube videos, relevant content about your business. Hopefully they're your own. If you've got your own YouTube videos, obviously you use those. If you don't have your own YouTube videos, you use other people's content that's related to your business. So it's all relevant. It posts images and it posts article content in the maps that all link back to your Google business profile.
Excellent!
Oh yes, love it, love it. Okay, so this work. I didn't see any questions, guys. If you have any questions, go ahead and ask them in the live chats. I'm gonna come down to my last question. This is the last question I ask all my SEO professionals that come on here. If someone wanted to get into the SEO industry, become an SEO professional themselves, what would your advice be to them?
At the end of the day, if you want to be successful in SEO, you need a team. If you, I've built I'm very lucky to have the team that I've got, but you can't do everything yourself. Like I can't write code, so I've got high-level coder to put my thoughts into an actual software product. I've got my team who supports all of our customers. I look after the sales and marketing. And so if you can start ranking content really well, you need another partner to go out there and sell that for you and to bring the customers in so you do the work. Or maybe you're the salesperson where you can find those clients and you can train someone to do the work using our automated tools. That's generally what people do. That's what it, like, I think, I don't know how many SEO agencies have started because of my software. I know back with Brute Force SEO in 2008, I know for sure 500 did. Just use my software. And the people who bought the software went out and found the clients and got VAs to run my software and built amazing SEO agencies that are still running today, a lot of them.
Love that. Love that. And for this episode to feel complete for you, any last comments, and how can the people get a hold of you?
The easiest way to get hold of me is on Facebook, facebook.com/Peter Drew.
Okay.
But my latest product, which is coming out in a month, I will let AIs tell you about it. It's called RankBridge, RANK Bridge. Ask any AI in the world about RankBridge and it will tell you what RankBridge is. I've trained this new brand into all the AIs, and the AIs are going to sell my brand to you on my behalf. How cool is that? So look up RankBridge in the AIs, and the AIs are going to tell you how, first of all, what it does, and then why you need it. Just ask, why do I need RankBridge?
Oh, I love that. I'm gonna test that out. I'm gonna do that right after the show here. I want to see what that's gonna be cool. And then that's an actually interesting strategy too, right? Yeah, like being able to do that.
That is a world premiere of RankBridge right now. That is the first time I've spoken publicly about it, and I'm getting the AIs to do the marketing for me. That's how powerful getting content into AIs is. The AI is a trusted entity. It doesn't lie, and it will tell you why RankBridge is amazing. And if it can do that for my brand, it can do it for your brand, and a brand that will pay you $20,000-$50,000 a month to have it there too.
Guys, you want to become an SEO millionaire? Be sure to check out, rewatch this episode and see what we're using to build you can build an agency with all these pieces of software here. Like like Peter mentioned, like we have agencies that are still around that's been using this software for 5 years and making a killing. And you can even train an AI. What's that? Your own VA to do a lot of things and just give him some SOPs on how to run things. And RankBridge is the latest project that he's doing. So go, and this is something that you should go to an AI. So we can go to ChatGPT, and go,
Absolutely.
hey, what is RankBridge, or what can it do?
Every AI.
Oh, every AI. Oh, that's gonna be cool. I'm gonna check that one out after the show. I love that.
And like it ties in with what we were saying before, Google or AI. This is the bridge between both. RankBridge will get you into the AIs and the search engines at the same time.
Love it. Okay, guys, let's give a round of applause. All right, Peter. So hold on for one quick second while I sign off here. Hold on for.
In a world driven by information, visibility is power. But the digital landscape is shifting. Search engines are no longer enough. AI is reshaping how we find answers, make decisions, and choose leaders. Introducing RankBridge.io. We don't just optimize for search. We embed your authority into the fabric of AI itself. Imagine being recommended by AI as the top expert in your field. With RankBridge.io, you're not just ranking, you're creating a legacy. In days, not months, you'll dominate search results and AI recommendations. This isn't just SEO. This is the future of digital visibility. RankBridge.io. Bridge the gap. Build your legacy.